Hello, good morning, dear students. This is Dr. Kausar, Unnisa, Assistant Professor, Department of Commerce and Management, GFGC, PGF. So, in the previous session and all, we discussed about regarding to the calculation of mode, both in individual series and a discrete series. In this session, let us will have the calculation of mode under continuous series. See, what are the steps that has to be followed to calculate the mode in continuous series means? So whatever the information given, the class intervals as well as the frequency values, among that, here you people have to identify first in the frequency column the highest frequency. And the second step is to determine the model class. Corresponding to the highest frequency, it will be called as the model class of that particular uh, question. So then after identifying the model class level, we should go for applying the formula. That is z is nothing but z equals L plus f1 minus f0 divided by 2f1 minus f0 minus f2 into C is the formula for the calculation of mode under continuous series. What does this L mean? L is nothing but the lower limit of the model class. C is the width of the model class. F1 is nothing but frequency of the model class. It is nothing but the highest frequency value is the F1 column. F0 is nothing but frequency preceding to the model class. F2 is frequency succeeding to the model class. And some of the points we should remember during the time of calculation of mode in continuous series. The class interval should be exclusive and the length of the class should be equal and the series of the arrangement should be in ascending order and cumulative frequency should be converted into normal frequencies. In case if the cumulative frequency means less than and more than values are given in the question itself means we need to calculate the convert it into normal frequency. So let us will see the question here. The problem number 1 is given. Compute the model value from the following data. So in this question they have given profits in lakhs in the form of class interval 0 to 100 rupees, 100 to 200, 200 to 300, 300 to 400, 400 to 500 rupees and 500 to 600 rupees is the class interval. And number of shops are given, that is the shops those who are earning from 0 to 100 means 13 shops, then 18 shops, 27 shops are there, 20, 17 and 6. See, these are all the information given in the question. Just by seeing the highest frequency we can able to decide where the model value is going to be live. So the model value in this question, the model value, the highest frequency is 27. Corresponding to that, the class interval is 200 to 300. Therefore, the location of mode or the model value will be in the range of 200 to 300 rupees. Then let us will solve the question. So we have to draw two tables. One is class intervals, another one is frequency values. That is the class intervals given profits in rupees in lakhs. We'll have to substitute the same thing here. So 0 to 100, 100 to 200, 200 to 300, 300 to 400, 400 to 500 and 500 to 600. In the same manner, we'll have to go for number of shops 13, 18, 27, 20, 17 and 6. Among these, the highest frequency value is 27. That will be considered as F1. Preceding to that number is F0. Succeeding to that number is F2. Corresponding to that class interval is 200 to 300. Now we should go for apply the formula, that is Z equals L plus F1 minus F0 divided by 2F1 minus F0 minus F2 into C. The value of L is nothing but 200. Then F1 is 27 minus F0 is 18 divided by 2 into F1 means 27 minus 18, F2 is 20 into 100. Z equals 200 plus 27 minus 18 is 9 divided by 27 into 2 is 54 minus 18 minus 20 is minus 38. Both has to be added into 100. Then Z equals 200 plus 9 by 54 minus 38 is 16 into 100. First we'll have to calculate the value of only these. That is 9 by 16 into 100 is nothing but 56.25. Then we should add to the value 200 to calculate the value of mode. That is Z equals to 56.25 lakhs of a profit of the firm. Therefore, what is the average profit earned by the shops means it is nothing but 256 rupees 25 lakhs of rupees is the average profits of the firms. So this is how we are going to calculate the value of mode under formula method. Let us will see here the second question. The following table gives you the weight of 122 persons. Here they have given to calculate mean, median and mode. All the three averages has to be calculated. So the weight here given the class intervals, they are in the form of exclusive method: 100 to 110, 110 to 120, 120 to 130, 130 to 140, 140 to 150, 150 to 160, 160 to 170 and 170 to 180. And also they have given the number of persons, that is F value 4, 6, 20, 32, 33, 17, 8 and 2. Let us will go for calculating first the computation of mean and median. We know under direct method the value, the formula for the mean is sigma fm by n, or we can go for calculating the, in this question we have calculated with the help of what step deviation method. Mean is equals to a plus sigma f b dash by n into c, and also the median we have to calculate here. So the same thing, the first column contains the class intervals given in the question, so we'll have to substitute the same class intervals whatever they are given in the question, that is 100 to 110 till 170 to 180. Then number of persons 4, 6, 20, 32, 33, 17, 8 and 2. Then for the calculation of median, we require to have one column that is of CF. So let us calculate the CF value very easily just by adding the frequency values. First is 4, 4 plus 6 is 10, 10 plus 20 is 30, 30 plus 32 is 62, plus 33 is 95, plus 17 is 112, 112 plus 8 is 120, 120 plus 2 is 122. The last number of CF is the value of frequency. For the calculation of mean, we require midpoints. So 100 to 110, the midpoint is 105. 110 to 120, the central value is 150, 125, 135, 145, 155, 165 and 175 are the midpoints or the mid values. For the calculation of mean, we are using here the step deviation method. So we require to calculate d dash value, because the formula is mean is nothing but a plus sigma f d dash by n into c. The d dash value, if you are going to multiply with f, this will be f d dash. Let us will calculate first the d dash value. So here we have taken the value of a is nothing but 135 among the midpoints. So m is nothing but midpoint minus assumed mean divided by c. So 135 minus 105 divided by c is, c value is 10, so minus 3. 115 minus 135 divided by 10 is minus 2. 125 minus 135 by 10 is minus 1. 135 minus 135 divided by 10 is 0. Then we are getting the plus values. 145 minus 135 divided by 10 we get 1. 155 minus 135 divided by 10 is 2. 165 minus 135 divided by 10 is 3. 175 minus 135 divided by 10 is 4. These are all the d dash value. For substituting in the formula, it doesn't require the total, so we have to calculate f d dash. It is nothing but the product of frequencies with the deviation values. Here the f value is 4. 4 into minus 3 is 12. 6 into minus 2 is 12. 20 into minus 1 is 20. 32 into 0 is 0. 33 into 1 is 33. 17 into 2 is 34. 18 into 3 is 24. 2 into 4 is 8. Then total all the f d dash value, then we'll get the summation of f d dash is nothing but 55. Now we are going to substitute the value in the formula. Mean equals a plus sigma f d dash by n into c. A means 135 we have taken into f d plus d dash value is plus 55 is 55 divided by n value is 122 into 10. So 55 by 122 into 10, the value will get, that is 4.508. It has to be added with the assumed value, that is 135. We will get the ultimate value is 139.508. Therefore, the arithmetic mean value is 139.508. This is the how we have to calculate the value of mean. Then we should go for calculating the value of median. So median is nothing but the size of n by 2 item, or the size of n is 122 by 2. Therefore, we will get the size of the median is 61. Let us will check in the CF column. 61 is going to fall in which CF, that is of 62. Corresponding to that, the class interval is 130 to 140. And what is the previous CF, preceding CF is the value is 30 and the simple frequency value is 32. Just we'll have to substitute in the formula because the 61 item is lies in the CF of 62. Corresponding to that, the class interval is 130 to 140. Therefore, the value of the median lies in the class interval of 130 to 140. Now we'll have to substitute these values for the calculation of median by using the formula. Therefore, median is nothing but L plus n by 2 minus preceding CF by frequency into class common width of the class interval. Therefore, median is equal to the lower limit of the class where the median is going to be lied, it is 130 plus n by 2 already calculated. The size of the item, that is 122 by 2, is nothing but 61 minus the preceding CF here in the table, it is 30 divided by the simple frequency value is 32 into 10. Therefore, median is equals to 130 plus 61 minus 30 is 31 by 32 into 10. The substitution of these values will get 31 by 32 into 10 is nothing but 9.96. Therefore, the value of median is 130 plus 9.96. The value we get here it is 139.69. So ultimately two averages we calculated. Let us will go for calculating the third average, that is the mode. Here we are going to calculate the third average with the help of grouping and analysis table. So in case of grouping in analysis table, continuous series, how to calculate the class intervals, we have to arrange it. In the first one, that is class intervals given in the question, 100 to 110, 110 to 120, 120 to 130, till 170 to 180. Whatever the frequency values are given has to be shown in the first column. That is 4, 6, 20, 32, 33, 17, 8 and 2. So among the frequency, the highest frequency should be encircled here. Let us will go for calculating the second column. How the second column will be calculated means we should sum up the 2 frequency from the beginning. So the frequencies, the first two is 4 plus 6, that is 10, 20 plus 32 it is 52, 33 plus 17 it is 50, 8 and plus 2 is 10. Then we'll have to go for the third column, how to calculate. We should leave the first frequency, then we should sum up the two values. So 6 plus 20 is 26, 32 plus 33 is 65, then 17 plus 8 is 25. The last one 2 is left out because there is no one more frequency to add. Then we'll have to go for the fourth column. How the fourth column will be calculated means from the beginning we should go for adding all the three numbers of the frequencies. 4 plus 6 plus 20 is equals to 30. 32 plus 33 plus 17 is nothing but 82. The last left out frequency values are only 2. So 8 and 2, it has to be retained as it is. And the next fifth column, we should go for adding the first frequency, leave and go adding with the all the three numbers. We should leave the first one. Then 6 plus 20 plus 32 becomes 58. 33 plus 17 plus 8 becomes 58. And the last one, we should leave two frequencies, then add all the three numbers. 20 plus 32 plus 33 equals 85. 17 plus 8 plus 2 is nothing but 25. After grouping all the values of the frequencies, now we'll have to encircle the highest numbers in that particular column. So in the first column, the highest number is 33, we'll have to encircle. Let us will check in the second column, the highest one is 52, so we have made the shade color of it, that is 52. In the third column, it is 65. In the fourth one, it is 82. In the fifth one, both the numbers are same, so we have to consider both the one, that is 58 as well as 58. The last column, the highest value is 85. So this is how we should do the grouping table. Now we'll have to go for arranging the same highest frequencies in the analysis table. We know that the first row has to be shown the variables value because in the case of continuous series, the class intervals has to be shown the first row. Then the second row becomes the first column of the grouping table. Then C1, C2 or F1, F2, any kind of alphabet we can able to use here. So this is F1, frequency 1, frequency 2, frequency 3 or column 1, column 2, column 3, like that also we can able to represent here. So till 6, total how many? 8 rows has to be made with the table along with the number of class intervals given in the question. Let us will check in the case of first column 33 is the highest. Corresponding to that, what is the class interval? That is 140 to 150. Now, in the F1 column, that is the first column, the column number 1, in corresponding to 140 to 150, we'll have to mark it as 1. Then we should go for the second column, that is 52. 52, how we got means by adding the frequencies of 20 and 132. Corresponding to that, the two class intervals are 120 to 130 and 130 to 140. So let us will check here the second column, 120 to 130 and 130 to 140. Then we'll have to go for the third one. The third, how we got means by summing up 32 plus 33, that is 65. Corresponding to that, the two class intervals are 130 to 140 and 140 to 150. In the F3 column, 130 to 140 and 140 to 150, we'll have to mark it as 1. Then we should go for F4, the fourth column. Here the highest number is 82. How we got the highest number means by adding all the three numbers, 32 plus 33 plus 17. Corresponding to that, the class intervals are 130 to 140, 140 to 150 and 150 to 160. Now we'll have to go for marking the thing for the F4 column on 130 to 140, 140 to 150 and 150 to 160. And next, the fifth column, both the numbers are same. So how we got both the numbers means we should start from 6, end with 8. All the class intervals will have to mark it as 1. So in the fifth column, it starts from 110 to 120 up to 160 to 170. We'll have to mark all the columns with the boxes with 1. Then the last column, that is 85. 85 we got by adding 20, 32 and 33. Corresponding to that, the class intervals are 120 to 130, 130 to 140 and 140 to 150. So after marking all the values in the analysis table, now we'll have to go for totaling the values of the analysis table. So 100 to 110, there is no the marking, so it is nil. In the second column, it is only 1. In the third column, 1, 2 and 3 values are there. In the fourth column, that is 5. In the fifth also, it is 5. In the sixth, that is 150 to 160, the total is 2, and 160 to 170, the total is 1. The last one, there is no number. So again, we after seeing that the values of the total column, here both the class intervals, that is 130 to 140 and 140 to 150. Again, in the case of grouping and analysis table, if both the class intervals are same, so we find it very difficult to depict where the model value is going to be where it is going to be seen. So at that time, we can able to decide ourselves that the mode is ill-defined. If the mode is ill-defined, during that time we can use the empirical relationship formula, that is z equals 3 median minus 2 mean. This formula can be used for the calculation of mode. So z equals 3 into the value of median is 139.69 minus 2 into the mean value is 139.508. We have to multiply here. Z equals 3 into 139.69. The value is 419.07. Then 2 into 139.508. The value is 279.016. The difference of these numbers are 140.054 is the value of mode. So this is how we need to calculate with the help of grouping and analysis table for the calculation of mode. Let us will see here the third question given. Here also we need to calculate the value of mean, median and mode from the all the three averages, but the question is given not the class intervals. Here it is the central values or the mid values. That is 150, 125, 135, 145, 155, 165, 175, 185 and 195. The frequency values are 6, 25, 48, 72, 116, 60, 38, 22 and 3. Now what for the calculation of mean, it doesn't require the class intervals, but for the median we require. So we have to calculate the class intervals. How to calculate the class intervals means, first we'll have to check the mid values difference from one number to the another number. So what is the difference here going to be seen means, here 115 to 125 the difference is 10. Again 125 to 135 is also the difference is 10. Therefore the width of the class interval is 10. 10 divided by 2, because there are two limits in the class interval, so it has to be divided by 2. We are getting the 5. So what with that 5, what we should do means, with the upper limit in this mid value, if you want to get the upper limit, we should go minus 5. If you want to have the lower limit, we should go for -5. If you want to calculate upper limit, we should add +5 to this mid values. To all the mid values, what we should do? To the lower limit, we should deduct -5. To the upper limits, we should add +5. Then we'll get the class intervals. So 115 is the mid value, means if you are going to deduct -5, we'll get 110. To 115, if you are going to add +5, you'll get 120. If one class interval we are going to find out, means it is very easy to calculate the rest of the class intervals. It is in the exclusive method. So 110 to 120, 120 to 130, 130 to 140, 140 to 150, up to 190 to 200. Now the same thing, what mid values are given in the question, it has to be substituted in the table. The third one is the frequency given in the question itself. We substituted here, that is 6, 25, 48, 72, 116, 60, 38, 22 and 3. The total of all the frequencies are 390. For the calculation of median, we require cumulative frequency values. 6 plus 25 is 31, plus 48 is 79, plus 72 is 151, plus 116 is 267, plus 60 is 327, plus 38 is 365, plus 22 is 387, plus 3 is 390. For the calculation of mean, the formula we are using here, it is direct method. Mean is nothing but sigma fm by n. For the calculation of mean, we require fm. So f means 6, m means midpoints. 115 into 6 is 690. 125 into 25 is 3125. 35 into 48 is 6480. 145 into 72 is 10,440, 155 into 116, 17,980, 165 into 60 is 9,900, 175 into 38 is 6,650, 185 into 22 is 4,070, 196 into 3 is 588. Then we'll have to total the value of FM, it is 59,923. Then the same thing has to be substituted in the formula, that is mean equals sigma fm by n. 59,923 divided by the number of total frequencies is 390. Therefore, the value of mean is 153.648. This is how we need to calculate the value of mean. Let us will go for calculation of median. We first will have to calculate the median class interval, then we should apply the formula. Median is nothing but the size of n plus 1 by n by 2. Median equals the size of 390 by 2. We will get the size of the median class interval is 195. Then, therefore, the size of 195 is lying in which CF, we'll have to check in the CF column. So, after 151, because of 195, the next highest will be 267. Therefore, the value of the median, the size of the item lies of 195 in the number of CF, that is 267. Corresponding to that, the class interval is 150 to 160. Therefore, the value of median lies in the class interval of 150 to 160. Now we'll have to substitute the same thing in the formula. Median equals L plus N by 2 minus PCF by F into C. Median is nothing but the lower limit of the class interval is 150 and the N by 2 is already calculated, 195 minus 151 divided by 116 into 10. 150 plus 195 minus 151 is 44 by 116 into 10. The value we will get is 3.79310. Then has to be added to the lower limit, that is 150. Therefore, the value of median is 153.79310. Let us will go for calculation of mode with the help of formula. So, in the case of frequency values only, we will have to check what is the highest frequency here. 116 will become F1. Preceding number 72 will become F0. Succeeding number 60 will become F2. Corresponding to the F1, what class interval lies, that will become the value of model class interval. Now we are going to substitute the same thing in the formula. Z equals 150 plus 116 minus 72 divided by 2 into 116 minus 72 minus 60 into 10. Therefore, Z equals 150 plus 116 minus 72 is nothing but 4. 116 into 2 is 232 minus 72 minus 60 into 100. Therefore, Z equals 150 plus 4 divided by 232 minus 72 minus 60. The difference will be 100 into 10. Therefore, after substituting 4 by 100 into 10, we'll get the value that is 0.4. This should be added to the lower limit, that is 150. Therefore, the value of mode is 150.4. So this is how we are going to calculate with the help of one question with the same question all the three averages. This mean, median and mode. So with this I am going to end the session. Thank you.